Hey, we were not just rambling about things, getting off track of time,
Yes,
and
we were.
forgot that we were actually playing a game. That did not happen. Hey everybody, happy to have you here. Death to the commoner with 9 HP. I wrote that in the chat because Cranky was hyped for all the death, and the only people that die in this game are commoners with 9 HP. So there we are.
Sometimes we kill them twice.
Yeah, bring them back just to eliminate them again. Anyway, hey everybody, this is Curse of Strahd. It's been 2 weeks. We're back again with another installment. This is going to be session 21. We're off to see the wizard because they are trying to make it to the Wizard of Wines. We'll see if we can get there. First of all, let's go through some sponsors, get through that, and then we'll go through the recap. FeatherFall is sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee. You can see that link down below. You can click that link. You can get yourself a 10% discount by using code FeatherFall at checkout. Skull Splitter Dice is right down there as well. You can use that link to get a 10% discount using code FeatherFall at checkout. Get your coffee and your dice with a few clicks of a few buttons. So do it. Yeah, that command didn't work there. I don't know.
Probably spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I always spell familiar wrong. I don't know what's up. Like I know how to spell it. My fingers just don't want to move there. But anyway, those are the two channel sponsors, and we thank them so much for being with us and helping us out, and us helping them out. Thirdly, I don't know where we're at number-wise, but Roll20 is also, we are in their spotlight program for this playthrough of Curse of Strahd. Roll20.net. This is how we roll. They are over, I imagine they're over 5 million subscribers to their digital tabletop. Check them out. I was going to do some research and see if they had Tasha's already in there, just because that's kind of, that's the new hot topic right now, but I didn't even look. I'm sorry. It's probably in there, and if it's not, it will be soon. You can get Tasha's on there. I wish I was a better host. I really do. They do have Tasha's. Okay, thank you for the correction. So check them out. Roll20.net. This is how we roll. If I wasn't mediocre, what would I be? Anyways, session 20 saw us in another one of those sessions. It happens every now and then where we have these sessions that are just, let's just do combat. And that was one of them with Strahd making his appearance. A little angry with some of the actions that had been taking place in his domain. Decided to meet you at the crossroads.
That's Michael Charles, y'all.
So met you, trying to figure you out a little bit more. You got to figure him out a little bit. I'd say you guys had the upper hand for a while. They ended up retreating. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
I think we killed all his dogs. Or at least all his dogs that were
definitely,
there.
Yeah, the dire wolves. Yeah. And then they went away. And that was it. And then you made your way further west through Barovia to try to get to these Wizard of Wines, because that is where your last token from Madame Eva, her reading, her fortune, has sent you. And you're almost there. You are almost there. Move that over there real quick. You are one intersection away. You remember the directions from Velaki. It was like 4 intersections. You'll take the one right before the bridge, and you're going to take a left. And you're almost there. We left off just at the end of combat. So you're kind of at this crossroads, kind of, dealing with wounds, dealing with kind of cleanup. As you see, you saw Strahd grab his partner and fly off in his black and flaming steed. Was able to fly, like boost into the air and fly away and get away that way. And you see them, they are far in the distance now, disappearing. And you are all sitting around. And that's where I think we can pick up.
I think it's creepy when people date someone who looks a lot like them.
Is that in character or is that?
No, that was just me, but
There was a brief moment where my head was like, how to respond.
I personally would like to take 10 minutes and sit cross-legged on the ground
Okay.
and cast my prayer of healing. Um,
Okay.
and I will insist that people get as close to me as possible if they would like the benefits of it.
I don't think I got
Yeah, I think Bull's gonna come out of the polymorph and kind of
yeah.
go sit over there next to Myrna, crisscross applesauce, and
Okay.
get some of that healing.
Okay. I'm looking.
I'll sit there as well.
Okay. I'm looking up Cass's just to, because Ray's not with us tonight.
That's third level.
He was pretty beat up.
Yeah, he's at 39 hit points, and if you know anything about Cass, is he has a lot of hit points.
Yeah, that
And
was my bad.
he's down to 39.
The fact that he's at 39 and my max is 45.
So how much healing is that, Myrna?
Well, I'm actually going to cast it at third level and get an extra d4 for 18 points for every creature within 30 feet of me.
Nice. Yeah. Cass would definitely come in and get on some of that healing. 18 points. That would be.
I need to be healed.
Yeah, you took a couple blights. I remember.
I took a lot.
Yeah,
and I
you
wasn't
were
even full when we started.
you were getting a
guess-
brunt of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Bull will look over to Myrna and say, "Thank you very much," and he'll give you bardic inspiration, and you can
Ooh.
add a D8 to heal yourself a little more.
Ooh,
That's a new thing.
thank you.
Are we?
Oh, excellent, because that's another 7 points for me.
Ooh. Are you wanting to take like an official short rest? Like if that one spell you cast, was a 10-minute ritual, you can turn that into a short rest with a few more minutes, if you would all like, and be able to roll hit dice, gain back any stuff you get with the short rest.
I mean, seeing as I get all my stuff back with a short rest, I'm always, as a warlock, excited to take a short rest.
I was going to say, the warlock is always going to pull for the short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well. Take one.
I guess
Okay.
while we're doing that short rest, like, Tack, do we want to talk about why you just volunteered to walk off with Strahd?
Seemed the most expedient resolution to the situation.
But death?
Why do you think it would kill me? Not even who he was looking for. But he doesn't know that yet.
Well, I think once he found out, it would not bode well for you.
How long would it take him to figure it out? Good question, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming he's got some way of telling.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could have escaped by then.
How?
I have my ways.
Fair enough.
Nothing too personal, but he does tend to get in folks' minds. And if I do have to use that at some point in the future, I'd rather as few people know about it as possible. And I'll look pointedly at Cass.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've got lots of secret things too that I should probably keep to myself.
Cass would say, like what?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret, Cass.
That's true. That's true.
Do you really think the secrets are smart right now?
I mean, you do bring up a good point. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
I mean, I just watched Cass try and kill Bull while he was a gorilla. think I'm good. Think I'm happy knowing what I can do to get myself out of a sticky situation and not letting anybody know until it's necessary. Needless to say, I will let you know it'll get me out of a sticky situation. It won't get anyone else out of a sticky situation, which is why I didn't offer for all of us to go with Strahd.
Seeing that right there is an important distinction.
This is true. I can get one person out of a sticky situation, be it myself or somebody else. Avi, can you get anybody out of a sticky situation?
He's done it before. He teleports us all the
I
time.
mean, yeah, I definitely can. But we weren't in a sticky situation. I mean, we handled that pretty handily.
Did we, though?
And I'll look around. Well,
I mean, you
get hit.
you did get hit and I didn't get hit, but everyone else here looks like they were pretty close to dead.
Okay, I'm
That's
not that
probably true.
close. Or I wasn't that close.
Yeah,
he
sorry.
was a giant monkey. I think he's okay.
Yeah, and more to that. Sorry, Cass. I thought you would snap out after the first hit there.
Unfortunately, I couldn't. I've never quite felt that way before. And I apologize for taking it out on you, Bull.
That's okay. I know what love at first sight feels like.
It was. You're not saying that I was in love with you, were you?
I mean, you brought it up.
Now, to be fair, I had very little control over everything that was going on, so anything I said or did during that time, I think can be disregarded as true feelings.
Yeah, and what exactly was that? Like, is that gonna happen again to somebody else? To you?
Well, it very well could. I'm not quite sure what it was. But like I said, never felt it before. And I hope not to feel it again.
Yeah, I mean, I do think his true feelings are that he just dislikes you. If I were to be the quiet observer, but should we push on? I mean, Mirna, are you sufficient rest?
Yes, I'm fine to move on. Get the hell out of here now.
Yes. Let's get this over with.
Ismark finished cleaning up his longsword. I hope that I have proven myself a little bit to all of you. I know there were times where I maybe wasn't seen or heard on the battlefield, but hopefully I am starting to earn some of your good graces. And I hope this encounter was one of them.
I mean, you kind of killed one wolf at the end of the fight. I don't know if you got a little bit more to go.
All right.
Anyone that wants to put themselves between me and an opponent is fine in my book.
All right. Noted, Vol. I will try a little harder next time, and yes, Tak, I will continue putting myself between you and harm's way. But I am ready to keep moving if we are running out of daylight at this point. And just a reminder, it is like 7 ish in the PM. You do still have a little bit of travel that you know of to get to where you need to be. If you are, in fact, trying to make it tonight.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Down.
Okay. You continue down that main thoroughfare. I will reveal a little bit more here. In about an hour, you get to that bridge. And right before the bridge, to the left, heading kind of southeast, is a breakaway. Did I close it? I did.
Why you do this?
I know. You can only have, my brain can only handle so many. Oh, I didn't close it. It's right there. So many tabs open. And if you know anything about, Roll20 modules, you can get a lot of tabs real quick. But anyways, you do see a bridge, a crossroads here. There is a weather-worn signpost next to the road, 3 arms pointing in directions along the 3 branches. One pointing north reads Krezk, Krezk. And through the woods, you can see an arching stone bridge spanning over the river. That's the north ahead of you. The arm pointing east, the way that you are coming from, reads Valaki. And then one pointing west, southwest, reads the Wizard of Wines and slopes gently downward, kind of in that direction, losing some elevation. You can see it kind of moving southwest.
I guess that's the way we're going.
Continuing. Is that the way?
Yeah.
It is the way.
Yeah.
Okay, after about another half hour, 45 minutes, you get to where the road totally turns into less of a road and more of a trail. It goes from being, maintained by the Barovian Department of Transportation and into more of a trail. No,
Nice.
There's not such a thing. But it does get a little more like the trees kind of hug the trail a little bit more. It's more like domed over the top, and it's more like you're settling into the woods a little bit more and leaving the wide open main thoroughfare known as Old Savalich Road. Continuing on, we'll just get you to that point. Enough messing around. You get to this point where those woods and that tunnel you are in kind of opens up into this field of sprawling vineyards, and you can see a building off in a direction. I'll reveal this whole meadow for you. Sorry, but you see it kind of opens up. You see some vineyards. There's a light drizzle that's beginning to fall now, and you can see some of the midnight fog starting to roll in and kind of ghost its way in and out of these rows of vines and the posts that separate them, and the fence, and kind of like weaves its way in and out. Here and there, you could see rope-handled half barrels used for what would be hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. You can see it kind of separated a little bit.
Does it look like anybody's like working the fields or / lives here right now? Because I know they said they weren't getting wine, right?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Anyone else that wants to take a look can as well.
I should probably get my dice out.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm not
At least
particularly
we
good at
remember them.
perception.
Half the time, my partner forgets to bring the dice to the table. So, I mean,
To 24.
Oh,
perception, you said?
22.
yeah, perception. At this point, it's about 8 p.m. Relatively dark. So if you don't have dark vision, it is kind of obscured. No disadvantage on your rolls, but that fog is now starting to get thicker and kind of, it's like a good 2 to 3 feet up from the ground up, kind of from your kneecaps down almost. So we had a 22, a 21.
Mine was a 24.
Looks like a
24.
dark field to me. 7.
7. Tack, did you roll?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm not trained in perception, so
Avi and Bull, you see over by that patch of trees that's kind of separated. You see a man, just the outline of him, wearing this dark cloak and this big cowl that comes up over and kind of like covers most of his face. And as both of your heads turn over there, you hear it whistle at you. And you see him kind of beckon you. You see him
Hail,
as
and
you are
well met.
as you are waving and making noise. He's like,
I'll drop down to the ground and start crawling.
and he beckons you over, like a little more like quicker.
I mean, I'll start walking in his general direction.
As like I'm crawling, I see cats. Tack. I'll stand up.
Both Avi and Bull, as you start to move that way, you do see in the vineyard and up by the building, you see some figures kind of moving around, some shaded, shadowy figures. It's dark at this point, so you can't really like get a clear eye on them, but you do see some moving figures.
In the house or
Kind of
manor?
strewn about in the field and around the house.
Probably just scarecrows.
They are moving.
Moving scarecrows. Mechanized.
Yeah, I guess do we trust the creepy guy beckoning us or walk through the vineyards?
I mean, when has an edgelord steered us wrong?
I'm going to draw my warhammer just to be safe.
Okay. And as you guys are contemplating again, you hear that one more time.
I'll continue walking to him.
Okay. Everybody else following?
Yep.
All right. I have a handout.
Can I point to him and whisper a message?
To the man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, who are you and why should we just walk over to you all willy-nilly?
You're coming up on my vineyard. Just want to talk to you before you get there.
Alright, he's got a strange voice, but apparently he owns this place.
Oh, so you are telling me we are actually going to meet the owner of the vineyard? Perfect.
And as you are moving closer, show to everyone, you see this man kind of hunched over, leaning on a very intricately carved walking stick, hooded. As you get closer, you see it's not an actual black cloak that he was wearing. It's rather this nice kind of jade green as you get in closer. And as you get even closer to him, you do see outlines of figures behind him, all staring behind him. Standing behind him, not staring. Come in. Come. Get out of the open.
Isn't... Okay.
You shouldn't ask questions. Come.
I'll follow.
Yeah,
And as
Tack
you-
follows him.
You step into the shadows of this grouping of trees. You see a couple other people, handful of them, kind of a couple younger, a handful. One, they're like 4 younger, very small children, kind of at the leg and hips of one of the women that are in there. You see 2 other grouped together, kind of embracing each other. And then there are a couple others strewn about.
Tech swears under his breath a little bit.
They're all wearing the same kind of cloak, the cowl on their head. Different colors. What brings you to the winery?
Well, besides your excellent vintage, it is my understanding you have some things that we need.
Or I don't know what that might be other than wine. That son of mine, Erwin, send you. You may remember Erwin is the bartender, the head of the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki. And if we remember in the Wayback Machine, you remember him saying something about being out of wine. There was that quest that was thrown your way. I think we
That we
all
didn't take.
declined. So he
No.
didn't officially send you, but
No. He was very... He complained a lot about not having any wine, but this is not why we are here. We are not here on his behalf.
I heard that one.
She's getting very loud, so I'm trying my best to mute. Boston's, man. Gotta
That's
love
fine.
him.
That's fine. Well, if he didn't send you, what brings you all the way out here? You said you need something.
Visiting relatives on the other side.
Your relatives are on the other side. There's nothing on the other side.
Does it just end past your place?
Kind of goes into deep woods for a while.
Yeah, they're from the deep woods.
Well, that's like miles and miles. Okay. Well, then I would suggest you go around.
What if we wanted to? Well, we were just checking out your wine. I mean, we've heard such great things.
It is good, but like I said, we've been displaced.
What do you mean?
I mean, the reason production has stopped is it's been overrun. And you look, you can tell he's kind of saddened by that statement and almost like a little insecure. He let his winery go, or it got taken from him, and he's kind of upset about it. You can.
Well, I'll be honest, we're pretty good at rooting out evil. We've made our way all the way across your lovely, land around here.
That is a
And
feat sometimes.
Yeah, we've killed our fair share of evildoers, one might say.
What would y'all
Is
be up
that what people
for?
say?
Would y'all be up for another round?
What you got infesting over there?
There's a handful of druids in there making stick people.
Are they also making more wine? Because it seems like druids would be pretty good at that.
I would imagine they drank all the reserves we've had, but to make the wine, sir, is a skill, is a profession that is not just easily stumbled upon.
I don't know if you know this, but we're pretty good. I mean, sticks don't really stand a chance against this group.
I'd also say it's more of an art form, really.
Is there sticks on the ground? Because I'll shoot a firebolt at one of them.
See, the problem, Avi, with that method, is we probably don't want to set the vineyard on fire. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter if it's infested or not if we burn all the man's vines down.
That would be appreciated.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but
The idea is I make it back in there and we continue our family production. And at that point, he turns and he goes to the, there's a little small fire, cooking fire, that is going off there. He pulls his teapot off. He's got a little tiny tin cup, pours himself a glass, begins to slowly sip.
Now, why is it they just let you live on the outskirts if you've been ousted?
Well, I don't think they know we're here. We've been waiting for people to come, somebody to come. We could get a message out. But we can't turn our back on the winery.
How many people are in this group?
There are 5 adults that are kind of circled around, and then there are 2 young boys and 2 younger girls that are kind of huddled around one
Are
of
all the
older
adults women?
No, there's the old man you're talking to. There are 1, 2, 3 more men, 4 more men, and 1 woman. There's only the one mom who's got the 4 children around her. One of them is a fairly young baby, like wrapped in a swaddle in her arms.
Seems to reason that with 3 young strapping men, you could have got some sort of message to town instead of just hanging out like Neldaway.
That is true. But we are actually expecting a wagon from Valaki. Irwin was supposed to send one, but like Irwin does, he probably forgot. So we were holding out for that wagon before we made any further call.
well, I mean, how many are there of these stick people?
There's a handful. 20, 30. Probably more by now. Every chance they get, they pop up.
To be clear, this is something that can wait until the morning, yes?
I mean, sooner the better, but I imagine you're tired from walking all day.
Between the walking and the other things that we have run into on the trip, and also I have learned it is not good to be out and about in the middle of the night in this country.
Oh, I'm fully well aware of that.
So how long have you been ousted from your house and lands?
It's like 3 or 4 days. Something
And
like
all
that.
wine production stopped?
Yeah. I mean, we have no access to our building. To the grapes themselves.
You happen to have like a wine cellar that leads into the house that we, maneuver through sight unseen?
There's a back door. That'll bring you in. Maybe
Would-
give you the jump.
Would we know if these are like the same sticks that we fought like day 1?
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty, like, sure of that. Like some sort of construct. I mean, even after he said, you know, there are druids over there. They were crafting, raising. Probably have a good idea what he might be dealing with.
Well, I say we have some rest and then jump at it right in the morning, right?
Can you all stay quiet?
I don't need to sleep, but I'd like to do a little reconnaissance myself.
I mean, you're more than welcome to stay with us here, but you got to be quiet. Otherwise, you might want to head to the outer woods up north.
I'm gonna look at Bull and Avi. Can we?
Yeah,
I'll look at Bull.
I'm ready to do my trance thing, but before I do that, Tack, you want to be invisible?
I was just gonna make it dark.
Oh, I can just make you invisible if you want to go creep around.
That's fine too. Sure, either is good. I'll take invisibility. That's better than darkness.
He'll walk up and touch you on the shoulder, and you're invisible for an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I don't know, Tack. I don't think you have any way to communicate, like telepathically or message or anything.
I point at Avi and say, yes.
Do you? Out of character. I guess I don't remember, to be honest.
Yes, I've made extensive use of it.
Have you? Man,
I think
I got
tonight.
the Burgomeister's wife to
Yeah.
leave the house.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry.
Just not on you.
I've messaged Bull on several occasions when he's off being Bull.
That is true.
I forgot about that. I was gonna say I could wild shape into like a bird and just try and get an aerial view because I do have upgraded wild shape.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about that. Maybe we'll save it for the end. We'll talk about Tasha's kind of upgrades.
Well, mine are just
Yeah, we'll save it for the end if we have time.
yeah.
All right. Well, seeing as this spell only lasts for an hour, I'm not going to waste it.
Okay.
I'm going to move as quickly and as quietly as I can towards this barn
Okay.
facility. I'm trying to keep. I have devil sight, so I can see in the dark out to
120.
It might even be 300.
Ooh.
It's something.
And
silly.
I'll wild shape above Tack
Okay.
into just like a hawk or
Oh
something.
yeah, it's 120. So
Okay.
normal magic or non-magical out to,
All right.
or magical or non-magical darkness out to 120 feet. I see normally, so I don't even have the infravision problems where I can't see colors. It's just like daylight.
Perfect. Give me a stealth check, both Tack and. I mean, Avi, if you're a bird.
Do you get advantage for being
That
invisible?
bird's flying weird.
Look
You
at
should
him.
have advantage, yeah.
Advantage for being invisible.
And then Myrna, Bull, what are you two doing while they're doing this?
I probably will just keep an eye out and make
Okay.
sure that Tack makes it back okay before I go to sleep. So
Okay.
for now, I'm keeping watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be super stealthy, but I got a 10.
Okay.
But I do have perception on all, or advantage on all perception checks.
Okay.
With advantage on my roll, I got a 16.
Okay.
Bull would be breaking out his rations. If these guys have been here for a couple days, he's got 5, so he'll
Give him some meat pies.
hand one to Myrna and then one to himself, and then he's got 3 to spread out to the kids, I guess.
Yeah, you see some of the kids like eyeball them immediately. They kind of they look up at Mom, and then Mom looks at you. Are those for Anyone who needs them?
Yeah, I got 3 extra. Dig in.
Yeah, three of the kids. She kind of like ushers them forward a little bit, like go ahead, and they partake a little bit and grab a little piece and then run right back to their mom. Most everyone is just kind of settled, but you see the older man, Avi, as you go into bird form, he asks whoever's left. That's interesting. He's not a how can he do that?
I mean, he's not with them, if that's what you're asking. We are all magicked out the ass here.
Straight out. That's interesting. And after he says that, he bamfs into a raven and flies up through an opening in the trees.
What?
And
This motherfucker.
Avi, as you're up there, kind of, what kind of bird are you? Did you say?
Hawk. Yeah,
Hawk.
yeah.
Of the Ethan variety.
Ethan, yeah.
Sorry.
Trying
You,
to
s-
say Ethan
you
Hawke.
see, yeah, the good Ethan Hawke or Gattaca, one of them. You see this raven come like shooting up, and comes up, and immediately eyeballs you and starts making its way over to you, and just it's kind of doing a lot of the soaring, and then flap every now and then.
Did I see him do this? Because I
No.
kind of want to attack it out of the sky now.
You did not.
I'm just
You-
kidding.
I believe you would have been gone as he had that brief conversation afterwards. He's staying like on your 6, that like dog fighters would, because we're yeah. So he's kind of around you. This other
Good.
lone raven. Tack. As you are you making your way towards the house? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I'm trying to stay as far away from anyone that I might see as possible. I just want to actually get to the side of the building, if at all possible.
Okay. Yeah, you do see like silhouettes of figures out there. Nobody's within your 120 feet range yet, but you do see figures out there. And the closer you get, the more figures you see, and they're just kind of like stationed all throughout the vineyard itself. They are moving around and just not with any sort of like reason. They're just kind of out there and populated everywhere. And situated in the middle of that vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with you can see multiple entrances, some side, front. He told you about a back door, and you're approaching the front of it.
Okay.
A thick ivory kind of covering all the walls around it, iron fencing along its roof line. You do see a loading dock on the ground floor. To the if you're facing it from the north, looking south, it would be to your left on the right side of the map. There's a wooden stable that seems to be of newer construction attached to the east side.
How silly question here, but what are the dimensions of the main house? Feet wise, roughly.
Give me a perception check. Before I give you too much,
That is a 16 with no modifier. I don't have one.
Nice. You could. It's a pretty big establishment. 2 floors, like I said. It looks to be about 100 feet wide. You can't really tell how deep it goes, but it's about 100 feet wide. That face of it in front of you.
I'm going to use Ghost Sight. Go ahead and mark you. Ghostly Gaze, I'm sorry. Once per short rest, as an action, I gain the ability to see through solid objects with dark vision to a range of 30 feet for a minute.
OP.
I am just trying to get a. I'm gonna try if I can. If there aren't too many individuals in this vicinity, basically, I just want to walk the front of the building with my minute, looking 30 feet in to see if I can get a count of bodies. I will also look up too, because theory I should be able to see through the floor up there to see if there's anything on the second floor, at least within 30 feet of the front of the house.
Okay. Avi, give me a perception check as you are circling up above now. And then we'll come back to attack.
19.
19. When you wild shape versus polymorph, you keep your like statistics, right? Like your intelligence, your versus polymorph, you go to whatever the animal is.
Yeah, I believe so. But I did just take the Hawk's perception, so it's a 21 if it's mine.
Yeah. No, you're good. You see, like, from this aerial view, top down, looking through the vineyard, you see like 50 of these kind of shambling figures that are just moving throughout, kind of all around. Going back to tack. 50. Your stealth check was good, but as you get closer to and kind of scanning, is it like infrared vision, or you just see through the walls and see what's behind the wall?
It's basically like X-ray vision. I can see through solid objects, so it's I mean,
nice, man. All right.
I only get it for a minute, so 60 seconds to see what I can
so
see.
quick. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, as you scan to the stables, you do see that there are 2 horses in there. The first floor, you don't see anything, any other like moving figures. You see a lot of barrels. In the back room, you see some big vats. You see a couple stairwells going up. Both one in the middle going up, and then there are some circular staircases in the back corners. And now that you're close enough, you see that this building is about 50 feet deep. As you look up and through the floorboards and the walls of this building, you see a couple figures upstairs, and they are humanoid. You see two figures that are humanoid shape, but carry that kind of viney construction that, if you remember your entrance into Barovia, that have that make.
Okay. So 2 humanoids and 2 viney looking things, or am I only seeing the viney looking thing?
No, you see 3 humanoids.
Okay, 3 humanoids.
Sorry. And then two
bigger.
Yeah, so 5 total.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to slink my way back to camp.
Yeah, and that vision, kind of your X-ray vision, falls away. Yep. Going back to the trees, the tree line. Avi, what are you doing you can't see him, so.
No. I don't know, just see what I can get from up top, and then I'll kind of head back.
Yeah, you see just those figures, 50 of them, just kind of moving in and out in no real order or pattern, just kind of about.
No humanoids or anything?
No humanoids.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're all humanoid shaped, but no like humans or.
Okay.
Yeah. And then are you heading back after a certain point?
Yeah, after I get the idea of what's up there, I'll just head back.
Okay. Tack, you make it back. And Avi, as you come back down into that tree line, almost trying to catch up with you is that raven that was up circling around you. Comes in, lands on a little tree stump seat, and bamps back into that old man. Before we get to that, Bull and Myrna, anything going on while they were gone? Or were you just kind of on lookout?
I'm just on lookout. Unless Bull has any moral quandaries he needs to discuss.
No, I think he'd probably be helping you with lookout, and then maybe just distracting you. And then I don't know.
Helping,
Yeah.
in
Yeah, yeah.
quotes, helping.
Okay. So if no big conversations take place, Tack, you come back. Avi, you come back. Old man comes back. And Avi, do you snap back into human form, or do you stay as the hawk for a while?
Yeah, as soon as I land, I'll
Okay.
hop into human form.
And he'll vamp after you. You can see him like kind of chuckling a little bit.
So you said
Neat.
druids did this.
Yeah, druids took
To
over.
be fair, the only druids that I know, or the only ones that can really shapeshift, are the druids. So, what did you do to them?
What did I do to what?
To the
What do you mean?
druids to piss them off?
Well, this wine is a commodity. At a certain point, people get tired of paying for it, and it feels like it should be a right that is bestowed upon them.
So you practice druid craft yourself.
No.
Then how are you able to do that?
Long time ago.
So you left the circle.
No, we are not druids. We are, I think you would call them were-ravens. We have a certain form of lycanthropy
Gross.
that allows us to change forms.
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, so I'm assuming everybody here can do that?
You're right, except the little one there.
Uh-oh.
Makes it a little harder to move around.
Yeah, so going back to not being able to get a message out, y'all can fucking fly, and you didn't send anybody.
Takes kind of a deep breath there. Everything we have is right over there. I don't know if you know how hard it is to walk away from everything you have.
I mean, I left a very successful business back, but that's neither here nor there. What So we need to get in there. Can you give us any insight aside from going in the back door? That's not a great tactical plan.
At that point, I'll pop out of invisibility. So the lower level is all barrels and vats for the most part. Seems to be primarily unoccupied. The upper floor, however, has at least 3 people and 2 things in it. There could be more. I can't quite get a full blueprint of the building. I can only get a little bit more than the front half of it. But I think we should expect 3 or more druids. Probably not too many more, and I don't know how many of those things are out there in the fields or the vineyards, the rows. But it was a lot.
Yeah, I counted about 50 on my flyover. So
I saw about the same number. Yep.
Think we can drag most of them out of there?
I mean, we could use a distraction. I hear a good burn is good for fertilizing the land.
No. No, that could not. If that was the plan, we could have done that ourselves.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the easiest way to get in there is going to be.
Wait, are we currently like where this pink box is? Like, are we north of this thing, the house?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in
Okay.
that patch of trees there.
so we're not really gonna have to go through the fields or the vineyard.
No,
Oh.
so tax trail to the house was relatively clear, as the vineyards are off to the side there. He didn't come in contact within 120 feet of any of these creatures out in the vineyard.
I mean, it's possible if they're being raised up by druids that dispatching the druids will dispatch all the things in the field. It's also possible that maybe not.
Well, can we make a mad dash to get inside and just bar the door?
I mean, I think we could.
You could probably do that, although kind of a lot of ways in. There's the big doors that go from the veranda into the main room, into the fermentation room. Those are big double doors. There's a couple doors to the east and the west. And then the back door. But you said you were here for something. And it ain't wine. What is it?
Is there a place where wood meets sand on your property?
Wood meets sand. What does that mean?
Don't know. But what we're looking for is there.
We have a glass blower shop in the back. Use sand to make the bottles. I mean, barrels are made out of wood. What does that mean again?
We don't know yet. That's why we're here to look at it.
Something we seek is hidden in wood and sand.
There's a couple barrels back there of sand, yep. There's a back door. Heads right into that room.
Well,
Alright, so we get some rest. In the morning, we go up to the front door. Sounds like the best option.
Yeah, I agree.
And when the problem is eradicated, we look through your shop.
I think that's fair. If we can get our winery back, we could give up some sand.
Well, we could take a couple of bottles of wine off your hands as well. We don't have to just settle on sand.
We can give some wine too, seeing that there's any left.
Well, let's get some rest and hit it early in the morning. Maybe we'll catch them off guard.
Yeah. I'll post up watch.
You see almost everybody, minus what would be like the father and the mother, the infant, bamfs into ravens. They take perch up in the trees. Mother, father set out some bedrolls. Put one last log on the fire and begin to like tuck their kids in. Get them all settled in. How are you guys doing watch?
I mean, I can take all of it.
I think after
did
the
wanna
last
offer-
time that Myrna tried to stay up and then found out she didn't need to, she's just gonna I'm going to lean up against a tree and kind of just rest my head on my chest and go to sleep.
Okay.
Tack has it covered.
We know things now. Bull, Avi?
Yeah, I'll probably let Tack cover it. I'm not gonna play the hero.
Okay.
I think Bull would take his 4-hour trance that he needs and then maybe kind of sit up next to Tack, like whittling
Okay.
a little doll.
Okay. So Tack, first 2 hours, gonna go through, pretty boring. You hear some of the ravens up there kind of getting settled and kind of, you know, every now and then you hear a little peck at the tree, munching on some bugs, kind of getting settled. That stops down after hour 2. Into hour 3 and 4, with your sight in the vine or the vineyard that is closest to you, you see a group, probably 8 to 10 of those figures, starting to kind of move your way towards the towards that section of trees. Behind them is one humanoid. He's got a staff in hand, just kind of like poking it into the ground and walking very slowly, keeping some distance between the 8 that are in front of him. But just he's poking it down, and then he'll look around, just kind of, you know, taking inventory.
I immediately cast darkness on the fire. And that is going to give a 30-foot radius
Okay.
of complete blackness. The fire still burns, but it sheds no light while
Okay.
darkness is in effect. See, magical darkness spreads from point I choose and fills a 15-foot sphere for the duration. Spreads around corners. Creatures
Yeah.
with dark vision can't see through it,
Okay.
and non-magical light cannot illuminate it. So if someone wants to cast a light spell, they'll be able to see, but
Okay.
otherwise,
You're
centered on the fire.
yeah, you're kind of a ways in, so that darkness doesn't like creep out of the trees at all. So I think
Right.
like any moonlight, you know, it's not obstructing any moonlight from the vision of those that are walking out in the vines. Anything else?
That's it, unless they,
Okay.
depending on how close they get. I mean, if they get within probably 60 feet, I'm going to message all of my people individually. Actually, I will message the parents first and tell them to rouse their children and move. And then after that, I'll message my companions to wake them and alert them of the situation. But if they don't get closer than 60 feet, then I'm not concerned with them.
So as they're not really, again, they're not really. There's not a rhyme or reason. They're just kind of moving around. But you see the staff that this human is carrying. It has some wisps of smoke coming off the top of it. Very thick black smoke. It doesn't go up very high. Kind of dissipates before it gets too far up. And he gets to the end of a row where there's a bundle of like harvested vines. And he kind of brings it down. And he throws some of that smoke at this vines. And you hear the crackling of these dried vines kind of manifest into one of these twig bundles and starts to now walk around and starts moving with the pack, just kind of like absorbs into that pack of 8. And they kind of make their way, and they're going like west down the outer edge of those on the map on the vineyard there.
Okay.
And you see him do it one more time, a couple rows down. A new.
Can I use an arcane check to see if that is an effect of the staff or a spell that's being cast?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
That is 23.
Why even set DCs at this point, you know? You can tell the staff is what is manifesting the magic that is creating these figures. How closely their life is tied to the staff, you're not sure.
All right. Well, as long as they don't come in, I'm just content to watch.
Okay.
For the time being.
Yeah, they get about 10, 15 rows down, and then they make their way back into the vineyard. And you'd lose them after that, at that point, into the darkness.
Okay. Once I can't see him anymore, I will dissipate darkness on whatever's left of the fire.
Okay. Hey, Cranky Old Mage just redeemed a reroll there for anybody that needs it. Yeah, so that's at the end of like hour 3, 4. At this point, Bull, you would arise.
Yeah, I'll just come and plop down next attack. Like, pick up. I'm assuming there's, probably just like a tree limb or something. Something that he could whittle.
Yep, for sure.
And start to go to work. I guess it's all quiet on the western front. I don't know where we are.
They move around at night, but they didn't get close enough to bother waking everybody. It looks like they have some sort of magic implement that they use to raise the stick and vine creatures. They apparently been collecting sticks and vines, and then in the night they walk around and animate them, as it were.
Huh. So do you think maybe they can only do it a couple times a day, a night?
I don't know if it's key to the time of day or time of night or how many times they can do. I watched him do it at least 3 times, and I don't know how many times he may have done it prior to that. But considering there's 50-ish of those things out in the field, I also don't know for certain that he's not raising bundles. Like, I don't know if there's a time limit on them. Like, they expire and collapse back into a heap, and then he has to go back out and reanimate them, or if he's reanimating new ones. Pretty intrigued by the whole process, to be perfectly honest. From an analytical side, it's quite interesting, but I do feel like breaking that staff is probably. I don't think it's gonna. Well, I don't know if it's gonna cause them all to deanimate as it were, but it would definitely prevent them from making new ones.
Well, yeah. I guess, should we try to sneak in, or do we? I mean, I know they're against burning things, but we do have, a wildfire druid who could probably make short work of these.
I mean, I don't know if sneaking in is the best idea or gathering as many, like causing some sort of loud diversion and setting, bringing them out of the vineyards themselves, and then setting Avi loose on them to just rack mass destruction on as many as possible. But yeah, I think that'll be a discussion we probably want to bring Avi and Myrna in on in the morning.
Fair enough. If we need a distraction, I got a pocket full of badges that I can unleash.
You said a pocket full of badgers?
Yes.
I don't want to know. It's totally fine.
And he's been like whittling his interpretation of like Dr. Fred, and he hands it over to Tech. This is for you.
Thanks. I will cherish it forever, and I put it in the pocket.
He's like, all right, I think you got this side covered. I'm gonna go make sure we're not getting snuck up on.
All right.
And yeah, he'll go to like I guess the north side of camp.
Okay. A couple more hours start to tick away. See, shortly, one by one, those ravens leave their perch, kind of float down, bam, back into existence, into human form. As 6 hours go by, full rest has taken place, long rest.
Well, if one of those guys drops down, I want to strike a conversation with whoever happens to be closest.
Yeah.
And I'll just really kind of out of the blue and be like, is it communicable?
Name's Adrian. You gotta.
I'll reach out my hand. Arena.
Yeah, it is communicable on touch. And he kind of grabs your hand. I'm just kidding. No, well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of genetic in our line at this point. But, I mean, we'd have to do some silly stuff to you.
I wasn't necessarily interested in becoming a were-raven. I was just curious if it was genetic only or if you had the ability to drag other people into... Perhaps drag is too strong a word. You don't seem to be terribly afflicted by it, as like a werewolf might be.
Yeah, we get along. We get along. I mean,
I was
it's
just
not so bad. But yeah, we can create other were-ravens if we so choose. But we've done a pretty good job of keeping it kind of in the family, so to say.
sure makes sense.
Yeah, we kind of. I imagine we get a bad rap with the other half. Those werewolves, right? We're a little different breed. Different breed. And he begins to start stoking the fire again and getting the coals up into flame.
If he's stoking a fire up, I'm actually going to get Izik's arm out of my pack, and try and clean it up. Actually, I know it was like kind of dirty and
Charred,
had soot marks and char on it from where it would have been used to shoot flame at some point. I just want to kind of clean it up and see if I can figure out how the mechanism works, because as far as we were aware, Izik was not magically inclined at all. And I'm not super mechanically inclined, but I am curious how he was, causing flame to get out of it. That's all I.
Okay, yeah. Give me what? Give me a let's just say a straight wisdom check as you are kind of looking through it and like the practicalities of it.
My +0 here. Oh, and that's a 17. That's a lot better than I thought I was,
Nice.
was gonna get.
Nice. You are able to get much of the soot off of it, and you pinpoint the exit point of where the flame would come out. Did you ever see it in action?
No,
I don't
we
think you
didn't,
ever got to
actually.
use it.
Nope.
So you do find a intricately placed clasp. You're able to click that and it opens up, almost like a clamshell. And now you have two sides. You see in there, like inside now is like soot filled. You do see a little handle at the end of it where you would imagine would be the grip for the
Right.
hand. The handle itself, like the grip bar, is very small, but you don't see any other mechanisms in there, any sort of a tinkering or any sort of kind of creation in there.
Okay.
So what would come to mind is that maybe he did have a little magical influence, and he was using this as a way to harness it into a beam or a solid spray rather than what it would have been without.
Okay. Cool.
But you're able to clean the inside too if you'd like.
Yep. Try to get it all polished up.
Okay.
So, we were getting up early, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty early, like 6 a.m. ish. By the time you guys went to bed, you guys
I'll
went to
wake
bed
up.
fairly early.
So, Tack, how'd it go? Get a lot of thinking done?
There's plenty of time for thinking and cleaning, and yeah. We should probably get Myrna up. She's not awake already, and have a bit of a discussion about what we're
How can
actually.
I sleep when you are talking like that? Griping
good
around
point.
metal and all sorts of things.
Well, I figured it was about time folks were up anyways. I mean, he was stoking the fire up. At any rate,
Is it dawn? Is it light enough out that it's considered dawn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are you asking for your symbol?
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 on my d6 and it's d6 plus 4, so I got back all 5 charges.
Nice.
that I needed.
Yeah, that's important to keep track of. Yeah, because you use
Yes,
five
yes.
in the battle, and yeah,
Yep.
you get them all back. Nice.
Did those ravens lay any eggs that we could make for breakfast?
Oh my god.
No,
you're not
Would you
having
want
breakfast.
to eat those eggs anyway?
No.
those are our children. No, they didn't. But they're all back down now. You see the whole squad down there. The whole murder. Is it murder of raven, or is that just crows, or are they the same thing?
It's
We're not
Murder of
an,
crows.
an unkindness of ravens.
Is
Yes.
that true?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Murder of crows and unkindness of ravens.
Man, learn something today, folks. Yeah, so you see, but these have been very kind people. They're all out and about trying to, moving. They move very quietly, very still, very slow, not wanting to drum up a whole lot of noise. But they are out and about and up and moving and,
So they have some sort of magic implement they're using to animate the stick creatures. I can't say for certain that breaking the implement will cause the stick creatures to collapse, but it would definitely prevent them from making new stick creatures. But the real question is are we going to attempt to draw as many of those stick creatures out into the open and say let Mr. Avi handle them en masse, or are we going to try and sneak into the house and try and dispatch who's in there quietly enough that we don't draw the attention of all of these things that are out in the field?
I mean, either way, we would probably have to deal with these stick glaciers. I mean, it's just a matter of, do we attack them intentionally or do we attract them when we go to try to kill things stealthily? And with this, I'll look at Avi and Bull.
Well, I kind of like Tack's idea, to be honest. Here's my plan. It's well thought out. I will run out into the field,
I love this
And-
already.
attract as many as possible, and then I will turn into the hawk again, unturn into the hawk, so turn back into normal, fireball from above, turn back into the hawk and fly away. A genius.
So, is this little thing so called gravity? You're not worried about plummeting down into them?
It takes only a second to cast it. So then you turn and you.
And then you. And you will not be getting vines when you do this?
I mean, there's no foolproof plans. I mean,
The major flaw I find with the plan of drawing them out ahead of time, not with Avi's interpretation, which I'm behind 100%. If we want to go with this route, I fully support the dive bombing fireball. My only concern is that is also probably going to draw the attention of the druids.
Exactly.
And
well, you'll
Then we-
already be inside, and then I'll.
so we're going to do a two-pronged approach then, where the rest of us sneak into the house while you gather stuff in the field, and then it's our job to kill the druids before they get out of hand and murder you outside.
You know, when we talked earlier about if there were ways that I can escape, yeah. I'm not worried about myself.
Just want to point out one thing. They are druids, which means that your method of escape, they probably have some very similar, which means that we can't catch them if they decide to go after you. As long as you're okay with that, I'm totally fine with it. But if the thing turns into a raven and decides to chase you down, I got nothing for, like, I can't help you. I got line of sight and about 120 feet maximum range on
All
stuff.
right. So Tack, Bull, and I are going to go up to the building, draw the attention of the druids. Perhaps if we are lucky, we will be stealthy. Perhaps.
I look at your armor, perhaps.
I just nod because that's what I was getting at, and for once, Myrna's making a joke at her own expense. And then you will cause some sort of commotion out in the field, causing the stick creatures to come after you. Okay.
It
So
would be
what
very
happens
hard
if you don't get them all in one big whoof and whoof?
Well, I mean,
Do you have a plan C?
can cast it twice.
I can send out the Badger Brigade to maybe go
I'm
after
sorry.
another.
What?
The Badger Brigade, that's the band of badgers that I've been trying to teach how to, perform Hamlet, but so far it's limited. But they can attack.
I just look around. What badges? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I can't bring them out right now unless we're gonna do this in the next hour. I've got an hour with badgers.
I'm gonna look at Tack. And you are in support of this, including the band of badgers?
You got something else? Hit me with it. Otherwise,
I kind of bite my bottom lip. All right, let's do this.
There's not enough water here for any of my other plans. So
Does it have to be like straight up water or and how much water? There was a well outside of
well,
the building
Will's
that you saw.
not gonna do a whole lot for. I don't think. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing that's gonna help there.
Okay. Ismark. Where would you like me? Tack, do you want me to stick with you?
God, Ismark was here.
I know. I forget to.
Yeah, he should definitely come with us into the building.
Okay. All right. So
After summoning stuff, though, I am searching bodies for crystal vials. One of these fools got to have one.
So plan is everybody but Avi's going to go run into the house, the winery,
Well, stealth
in.
Attempt.
Avi,
Perhaps.
you're going to run distraction, try to get as much of the twig folks to run towards you. How are you doing that? What is going to be your distraction?
So, okay, set the scene as we're in this thicket of trees. Where is the most clustered group of them? Are they all in clusters of like 8 or
They're in clusters of like 5 to 6, sometimes 8. It depends. Mostly smaller, like 5 or 6. And there seems to be about 5 or 6 groups of that many, and they're kind of all about. They don't go too deep south, but they more stick around the winery itself. Whoa, hey, So Matty Games, thank you for the raid. Pew,
Yeah,
pew,
thank
pew,
you.
pew. 13 of you, thank
okay.
you. Appreciate it.
So the Raiders welcome. You have just entered
It's going
the
down.
terrible plan zone, and
There's
one
gonna
of
be
us may die.
there's gonna be a fireball dive bomb happening. Maybe we don't know yet.
It's gonna be amazing. So okay,
I have one other thought.
okay, I'm all ears. Because
Do we just want to try and talk to him?
no,
Not the stick things, but like the druids, and just be like, "Hey, how about y'all vacate the premises?"
I feel like anybody who has like an army of dogs or stick figures probably isn't gonna be keen on talking.
well, I'll go try and talk to one group of these real quick.
So on the map, I put little X's where the groups of 5 or 6 of them are.
Okay.
They're 2 kind of to the west of the winery, 2 to the south, and there's 1, 2 to the which would be east, if I'm
So what I'm gonna do,
doing
I'm
directions.
gonna go left,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go to the first group.
Okay.
Before you go, Bull's gonna say, "Hey, this is a great idea. Avi, give it up." And bardic inspiration.
Hey,
And there-
thanks, buddy.
There is a reroll in chat. So for those that just came in, if you have channel points, you can spend those to help them out. There are going to be some rolls coming up. So you can spend those channel points to buy rerolls, advantage, add a d4, all the good stuff. We'll see if they need it. Okay. Everybody else is moving stealthily to the winery. Okay. Everybody give me stealth checks, including Ismark, because he's a character in the game.
Oh, what's his dex? Look at my. It doesn't matter.
Not good, but I mean, it's a group check, so
Yeah, that's not metagame here, Bull.
But yeah, Bull. Before look at Tack Mana. This has always been a pleasure, and y'all are great. And boom, double bardic inspiration. You each get 1.
yeah.
What is that? A D8?
Yes.
Well, I'll go ahead and add that to my roll because it was not a fantastic roll that I made. Oh, that's
Thank you,
better.
Bull.
20 with my D8 for my stealth check.
Nice. So 20. Ismark got a 10.
15.
15.
I got a 13 with my bardic inspiration.
13. And a 10. Okay.
Hey, it's that chainmail armor.
I like
man.
it. I like it.
disadvantage,
And I'm a 6 foot tall dragonborn, so it's like doing the T-Rex tiptoe
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You are. You're being helped out by those around you for sure in this moment. All right, so you all are making your way. Making my way down. You're making your way towards the winery, stealthily. Ismark is there with you. Avi, we're gonna have you do your thing first.
Oh my god.
Because it's gonna make noise, right? That's the you got to have the distraction go off first before.
So as I approach this first group, I'm not going to be quiet. What is their reaction to me?
Are you in human form just running out into the?
Well, I'm walking slowly, like
He's walking here.
Hey.
walking here. Hey.
Those groups definitely see you, and they're almost like zombie, like, and then they're kind of crackly vines. There's no joints in them, so when they move and they do crack a little bit. You see a couple snap, but just they keep moving, and they are going to move towards you.
Do they look friendly or?
No, they do not look friendly.
So
If
as
you were
soon
to-
as one gets in within 120 feet of me,
okay,
I'm gonna fire 3 bolts of scorching ray
Okay.
straight at that one.
okay, we're gonna treat them like groups of 6. So they're all gonna kind of like do the same thing together. We're gonna go modified mass combat here.
Yeah, I love
I don't want to roll 30 initiatives for twig blights. So they're kind of moving in groups of 6. You have 2 groups of 6 that are within 120 feet of you at this point, and you see the 2 that are behind the winery kind of all raise up and start moving that way as well.
So I want to fire the first, so that second level
Okay.
into the first group.
Okay. Go ahead.
So that's a nat 20 plus 6, and then a 16. Ooh, and then a crit fail.
Okay.
So
The nat 20
there's 3
hits
bolts.
and the 16 hits.
Okay. Can I retcon that? No, never mind. I can't do that. Disregard.
I will not allow it.
Will not allow it. Okay, so the first one is 6 plus 6, so 12 for the first bolt that comes out,
Okay.
and then a 10 for the second bolt.
Okay.
So we're 24 total.
Okay. And did you double the first one? 'Cause
Yeah.
it was a crit. Okay. 24 total. Comes in and it catches it. The first one, that crit, blows right through the first one and hits the one behind him. Both of them crinkle and fall down to the ground.
Okay.
The second one it hits knocks him in half, but he's still alive and kind of moving towards you.
So what I'm going to do then is
So they're
instantly turn into a
3 and
hawk
half. Okay.
and fly at about 30 feet,
Okay.
slowly enough so I'm not like directly above them, but I'm far enough away that I'm kiting them to where the other group is.
Okay. So the other group, you see this happening. Are you making your break? Like stealthily, like this is when you would start, or would you have already been on your way?
I think we would have been on our way.
Yeah.
Okay. So as that happens, the other groups, the 2 that are on the east kind of get behind, and the 2 groups that were behind are now coming towards you, Avi. Everybody else, you are making your way to the front. You are now probably 120 feet outside of the front of the house. And you see a mass of these twig creatures starting to gather on that, what would be your right-hand side.
And have they noticed us or no?
They don't see you. They're all the focus is on Avi throwing scorching rays over there.
I think we're going to be dashing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys make another 60
Press
feet
the run.
closer. So we've closed that distance down. You're 60 feet outside of the vineyard, the winery. Avi, what would you like to do now?
So I want to stay like 30, 40 feet in the air.
Okay.
And just try and get all of these grouped up as best as possible.
Yeah, you do a couple circles getting up, gaining some altitude, and as you get higher, you just see the masses of them all coming together, and they're all like getting, very zombie-like, getting underneath where you are now up, and they're all kind of just reaching up and around.
Once I have like a good number, so like a majority of them,
Okay.
I'm going to fly straight up till I'm about 100 feet. And then I'm going to wild shape back into normal.
Okay.
Cast fireball straight down.
Okay.
And then wild shape back into a hawk.
All right.
I know it's a lot for combat, and I know
we're again, I don't want to roll 30.
We're in high concept now.
Yeah. So, that's a dex save, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 4 groups. They're all I'm going to roll 1d20 for each group. So each group gets 1 save.
You can also add that bardic inspiration to spell damage.
Ooh, not good. A natural 5, a natural 3, a natural 8, and a natural 11. Wow. And they're only +1, so the highest would be 12.
What is the bardic inspiration?
D8.
So I assume they all fail. The highest was a 12.
Yeah. So 47 points of damage straight to them.
Yeah, you obliterate the entire group.
Is there any left?
Not in that. There are 2 groups of 6 that are behind the winery that are making their way, but those first 4 groups are just gone. Some damage to the vineyard, but a majority of those groups are gone.
Okay. I'm going to start flying over to the other group.
Okay. Clear that up a little bit. Yeah, we'll say they've made their way. They're kind of like off the corner of the building now. Everybody else, you make it into the building. Let's move you. We got a battle map.
Battle map.
We'll move our viewers as well. Going to battle map stations. So let me reveal some here. Reveal. So you should see kind of in the middle of this map, you should see some stuff. Okay. So yeah, you see that there is a second story, just again as a reminder. So yeah, you guys are approaching the front steps of this. There is an open kind of veranda there that you can see has 3 kind of what would be the Lucille Ball grape stomping barrels. You guys can reenact that later after you deal with the druids if you'd like. But you see that. You see the big double doors that the gentleman was talking about. You do see an entrance over here off to the side. You see a well over there as well as an outhouse. Further down the building, you see kind of an opening. I'll reveal a little bit more there. You see kind of an opening. Might be a loading dock or something. And then the stables are on that far side. So you can drag your tokens onto the map if you'd like. Put you there. I'll put Ismark out there so we're not confused about his presence.
Ismark, can you hear me now?
I'm going to give you all... I think at this point, let's roll initiative, just so we're acting. But you guys will get, the group that's heading into the house, you'll get 1 more free move, and then we'll go back to Avi. Clear. Myrna with a 10.
Better than last session's 2.
Yeah, you were at the bottom. That was a bummer deal.
Why doesn't my character sheet not load?
Avi with a 10.
All of the other tabs load, but I can't load.
Being
I don't have a character sheet anymore.
being fussy, huh? I got yours. Is your character sheet in Roll20 up to speed?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I can open the character sheet and I have my bio and info tab that's got my token on it. The attribute and abilities tab that has all of the weird math stuff
Yeah.
that you can adjust. But the character sheet tab just opens to nothing.
Oh, I can see it. I think must be
Just
in
blank.
your end. I'll roll it for you. Get you in
That's
there.
fine.
You rolled a 19.
Awesome. It's probably better than I would have rolled anyway.
So we have everybody in there. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. So you know there are druids in here, so I don't need to hide them.
Don't forget Cass.
Oh yeah.
He could be guarding the.
Yeah, I've kind of nerfed some stuff, so I'm thinking we can leave Cass out of it.
He can hang out with the
Yeah.
the were-ravens.
Guard the children. Got it.
If you're all okay with that,
It's a very cast thing to do.
just one less thing I gotta deal with. But
We'll make
You
Ismark.
don't want to have to worry about remembering Cass and Ismark
know,
and
I
the
know.
bad guys. I mean,
all the things, just do
all the things.
I mean, DMs out there know, right? Sometimes. All right, so there we go. So we'll give you outside of this building one more free action, and then we'll go into initiative.
I want to draw my warhammer.
Okay.
Is there a door that we want to go in? We've got looks like loading docks, and then something over yonder.
Yeah, there's a couple there. There's the loading docks. There's a single door here, double doors here, and then stairways up to a side door there.
I'm gonna go
why
for the
not?
double doors, I suppose.
Governor ground. Potentially.
Okay.
I'll go in the side door because it gets close to the area with the double doors, so my brain says that they probably open up to the same room.
Yeah, and Tack, you can give me an intelligence check to see how well you remember what you saw. But
Sure.
I mean, you're pretty. I need to go.
22. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, you know that it opens up into that big. You remember that it opens up into that big
Yep.
fermentation room.
Okay, yeah, I'll move to. If I can get through the door to the other side with my 30
Okay.
feet of movement,
Yeah.
that's my plan.
Yeah, do it. And then Myrna, you're coming in that way.
You gotta show me what the other side of the door is.
Do
Know
I?
I mean, you ain't gotta, but I don't know what's on the other side. I don't want to put myself in someone else's token, as
Yeah.
it were.
You can't just do that.
There we go.
There you go. Myrna, you come into a smaller room. Both doors are open, and you see Tack come in and Bull right behind him on the other side. The big room that you are in there is the fermentation room. There are many vats. Many vats. A rich smell of fermenting wine fills this large 2-story chamber, dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks. Each one is 8 feet wide and about 12 feet tall. There's a wooden staircase that goes up in the center, and as you come in there and you kind of assess the area, you do see a druid standing up on a balcony that is right here, maybe right here. Come on. Right here. He's about right there on the second floor, and he's kind of caught off guard as you burst in. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are old empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned on their sides. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the west and east walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretch thick rafters upon which scores of there are some ravens that are up there perched around, and they're watching with great interest. The balcony is creaking as you do see that wild-looking figure hunched over kind of the railing now. They've caught eyes on you. There was the room you're in, Myrna has. That is a storage room. Bear hooks line the walls of the storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both the doors to this room hang open. The one to the west is fitted with iron brackets and leads outside. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot-long wooden beam. It's weird. Anyways. Ismark's going to come in here with Bolt. All right, Avi. What you got for your finale there? You got two groups that are now kind of off the corner. So if we're looking at this map, they are off this corner, kind of moving that way towards you.
How close are they?
We'll say, if you were on the ground, they'd be 60 feet away from you.
How close are they together?
Oh, they're pretty tight. Yeah, they just kind of like merge together and they move in this one pack.
All right.
So the two groups are now together.
I'm out of wild shapes, but what I'm gonna do?
Did you wild shape back in?
Yeah.
After you cast? Okay, so you are Hawk.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wild shape, 3rd level fireball instead of 4th this time.
Okay.
And just eat the damage falling to the ground.
Okay. All right. How high up are you?
About 50 feet, I think, is adequate.
All right. So we'll say you're kind of coming down at an angle to them. We'll say you cast it at about 40 feet. And then so they're going to make dex saves.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a 5 and an 8. Not rolling well tonight. So a total, the highest would have been a 9.
31.
Yeah, you're going to light all of them up again, kind of scorching an area of the vineyard itself. But you are going to fall, so that is a d6 for every 10 feet. So we said 40.
50.
I gave you 5.
Okay, that's fair.
So you're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled fairly poorly.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. But you utilized some high spells. Took a little damage.
Combat roll out of it.
Yeah. You kind of land and skid roll.
Skid roll.
Not
New
a
band name. Yeah, that'll end it there.
Thinking of a Sebastian Bach pun name, but I can't. It's too late.
So, where on the map would I put myself?
We'll put you like right in we'll put you on the battle map that we're on, right here in that corner. Okay, and I'll reveal some of this back area for you. Maybe. Sometimes my mouse just doesn't want to let it click. Yeah, it's just like, no, you didn't actually click. You see an outbuilding here in the back, big chimney smokestack in that corner closest to you. You see kind of a rounded turret style column there in the back corner. And at this point, we will go into initiative. Tack, you're up first. I will reveal some of the upstairs so that you can see that druid. So I guess you get all of that. So if you scroll up just a little bit, you can see the balcony. Yeah, so those vats are, if you're up in the upper map, you can see those vats, and then you see that one druid up there kind of peering over, kind of wild-eyed, kind of looking a little tipsy, but still like freaking out that there are people in here that are not of his party.
Oh, well. I think it's just kind of late for diplomacy, so I'm just going to blast him. It's fine. That is...
I mean, is it though?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So that is a 22 and an 18.
Yeah, let me double check. Yep, both those hit.
for a grand total of 12 points of force damage.
Nice.
And I don't feel like he's in a position. Yeah, I can't push him anywhere, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just the force of them hitting. He's kind of like hanging on to the rail, and he gets back over. And you see him start to like conjure up some magic in his hands.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move.
Wow, there were some crummy initiative rolls outside of yours, Tack. It goes from 19 to 10. Avi.
I'm gonna take myself up the stairs here with my movement.
Okay. Yeah. So now you're up on that balcony. Yeah. Avi.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sprint
Okay.
to Myrna and be like, well, plan worked.
Distraction done.
They're all gone. Did we find anything in here yet? No. Okay.
Mirna must be dealing with doggy snores.
No, dealing with cat that has now decided it is time to scream. I have very vocal animals.
That's all right. We enjoy that.
See?
So did you, Avi? Did you use your dash?
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
I'm
All right. So that leads us to Myrna. Your act. I would say you saw through your open door. You saw Attack throw up a couple Eldritch Blast.
Can I help you? Hi. Hi. Hello. Okay.
The most flattering end.
All right. Okay. So I will scooch into the room.
Okay.
10 feet. Noticing the people on the balcony. I probably would like to point at, since I can never remember how to ping this. The icon second in from the left. That one, yeah, that one. Thank you. Can never remember ping. I can remember everything else, just not pinging. I would like to point at them.
Okay.
And try and cast Toll the Dead.
Ooh,
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
nice. That is a 11.
It fails, so it's going to take 1d8 necrotic.
Oof.
I take that back 2d8.
Upgrade.
So
Should
That'll
be
be
D12s,
10.
Myrna. I
if the
hit that
target
one.
is missing any. Oh, you hit that one?
Yeah.
I thought
That's
Yeah.
it's the only one there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, there's
well,
only
then
one
never
up
mind. I'm
there.
sorry. I thought you hit one of the other ones. My bad.
The other ones are like ravens that are just perched up in the rafters, looking down at you.
Okay. All right. My bad. So that'll be 10 points of necrotic damage for that one then.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking real rough.
Action, movement. You know what? I'm just gonna hang out here. Why
Okay.
not?
Okay. Yeah, you just see him as he's like holding on, recovering from those Eldritch Blasts. Releases just like covering his ears as your Toll the Dead comes in. And he has to kind of like put on hold his spell components that he was going through. That makes it his turn now. Holy moly. Let's see here. Running spellcasters. How close are you, Tack? How close are you? Nope. He's going to move a little bit closer to you. And he's going to go Thunderwave. So I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
That is a 10. My luck runs out.
Oh, man. I was thinking, dude, their DC is so low, they're not going to get anything. But no, you fail. You fail. So you're going to take some thunder. You take 9 points of thunder damage, and you're pushed 10 feet along this catwalk. And he is going to then go. So he's 5. He's going to go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he just gets up to these stairs that go up another 5 feet into another room. He seems to be running away. Myrna, you can track him moving across. That leads us to Bolt.
Bull's going to move into this space a little bit.
Okay.
Let me grab my token. Actually, see this person running away, and cast slow. And he's just going to go ahead and try to hit the crow as well.
Okay.
So both of these, whatever these things are. And that is a 14 wisdom save.
Oh, getting better. It's a 16 plus 2. So 18 total on the slow.
Yeah, that's that'll save. And that was for the crows, right?
Oh. Let me roll. That was for the druid. That's a 14, so 15 total on the ravens.
That'll save too.
Okay.
I guess
Not
that's
today.
all. That's all he's gonna do.
Not today, my friend. Let's see here. Gotta roll some perception checks behind doors. That's one. You hear some broken common coming from upstairs somewhere. Very like hoarse sounding. But that's it. That leads us to Ismark. He is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets him to the stairs. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He's dashing.
He is quite attractive.
He is attractive. He is a dashing young man. Bull, give me a perception check. And Myrna.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
That'd be a 17.
Yeah, both of you hear this, and then shit, and off to over in this direction.
Oh, great. Okay.
Then this dude.
Game on.
Game on. Tack, your turn. You are upstairs. You can give me that same perception check. See if you hear. I forgot you were not off the map. You were up the stairs.
That's an 11.
Yeah, you hear it too. He was pretty loud. There's a lot of oomph in that fall.
And that sound came from where?
To you, it would be over in this direction, but like down. It's not on your floor.
So over this way?
Yeah.
Sorry, I misread. Okay. I couldn't tell where you pinged.
Sorry, I may have pinged
downstairs.
in
Not
the
up.
dark.
I might have been looking at the wrong,
No, you're good.
wrong map. So okay. One.
I may have pinged in the dark. Pinging in the dark.
Is
Exchanging glances.
just out of curiosity, is this a wall up here?
Yeah. So yeah, there's a wall there. There's a door to the left.
Door to the left. Okay.
It goes up the stairs to another landing, and then there's a door going to the left, and the same thing on the other side.
Okay. In that case, I will just follow up with Eldritch Blast again from where I'm at on that same target.
Okay.
No, not damage dice. I got to hit first. And that is an 11.
11 to hit.
Yeah, and a 9 to hit. So I don't think either of those connect. All those good rolls earlier are catching up to me. now.
The 11 hits.
Oh wow. Well, in that case,
My,
that is another 5 points of force damage.
and that's enough for him to just, as he's going to reach for the door, you just get him right in the small of his back and push him up to the door. And he's gone.
Awesome.
These ravens here, I didn't give them initiative, but they're going to move over after they got, Eldritch Blast flying over there and some spells coming at them. They're just moving to
Well-
like the center. Avi.
I'm going to move myself over to in front of this door. The last part of my action there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of try and cruise in here. I don't know how far I can actually get. That's
I
about
don't
right.
know what.
And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
On myself. So it's a 2d8 plus 3, and that's all I got.
Myrna.
All right. I am going to head towards where the there we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Head closer to the... Is there anything that I can see? Like, there's not windows or anything, right? This is all I'm guessing in case.
Yeah, this is all enclosed stonework. You're next to some bigger double doors. Right next to you, you see a door in front of you, and then further to the right of that far wall, there are some double doors that are open. Down in that area.
I hate being slow. I can dash though, right?
Yeah.
And get through. Right.
Yeah. It would be in action.
Then I want to do that.
Okay. Does that get you to right there? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really see. Let me reveal that for you.
I know it's less than what I need, but
Okay.
I can't see where I am, so I'm just gonna stick myself there.
Gotcha. All right. You see, peeking around that corner, you see another humanoid figure's kind of like dusting himself off, getting composed. Bull.
Cool. Is straight ahead. I guess this way. Is this a window here?
No, that's a door.
Is it open?
No, that one is closed.
Okay. Well, he will. I think this is like 30 feet. Yeah, I guess he can dash as well and get right behind Myrna.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I got you back.
Okay. Anything else, Bull?
I think that's everything I can do.
And behind you is a spiral staircase that goes up. And yeah, just up.
Tantalizing.
Let's see. Bursting through this door is this tall, much taller than the twig figures that were outside, and much more fresh, and has more of a fluid movement, a little more quiet when they walk, but comes banging out of that door. 10, 15, 20. He's going to attack Eastmark. Let's see.
Is that an Urukai
I don't know what that means.
from the popular Lord of the Rings movie?
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Why are you the way? Oh, that's a 17 to hit. Natural 17. So hits. He's going to take 2d6. Oh, 8. He's taking damage, guys. Ismark starts to groan a little bit. And he's got to make a save. Holy moly. Oh, shoot. You see as this, who's up there? That's what I should.
I think it's just me.
Yeah, so as you staring across this balcony, you see Ismark take a punch, and then all of a sudden these vines just start to wrap around him and constrict, and you see him just kind of get all pulled in tight there. It's his turn.
It's Mark.
You. What were you doing? He's got to make a save to get out of there, as he is restrained. Yeah, he escapes. He's able to just kind of get his sword up and out, and then slice down, and all these vines fall down in front of him. But that was his action to do so. This one pops his head down and sees the both of you, Myrna and Bull. He's going to make a ranged spell attack. He starts to conjure up this fire, and he kind of floats it your way. That's an 18, 22 to hit.
What is this?
It's a little, not a fireball. It's more of the bolt style. You
That's
take
a cantrip level, bro.
you take, what a loser. You take 8 points of fire damage, Myrna.
8 points, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see. And
Obviously.
so
Firebolt.
it lights up the fire, the feet around you, and the flame is still staying right there within that area. So it didn't hit and dissipate. It's staying right there.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. This one is close enough in range of Ismark. He's going to make an attack as well. Nope, that one's going to miss. Tack, back to you. You see two of those viney figures across the way, trying to engulf Ismark.
Oh, God.
He's always getting in trouble.
I thought this guy was supposed to be like our savior and help us defeat Strahd, and instead we're saving him like every combat.
He did break through. Give him time. He's got to grow a little bit. he's on his own
really
journey
bad
too.
Positioning here for
there is a reroll in the chat. I don't think we've used that one yet. So if we miss on something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just take 2 Eldritch Blasts at the one that's directly in front of him.
Okay.
That is a 23 and a 20 hit.
Yeah, both those hit.
That is 9 and 5, so 14 points of force damage to it.
Nice. Yeah, you see just half of it you see these clumps of vines just start to slump off, and it's almost like half of the size that it once was. Anything else?
Yeah, actually, I suppose I should do the right thing and bring forth Dr. Fred.
The doctor.
Dr. Fred's going to swing on that same one,
Okay.
and Dr. Fred can only do cold damage now. That is still a 20 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and that is 6 cold damage.
Yeah, again, halved again. The vines just start to slump off of this thing. Myrna.
You skipped me.
Did I? Oh, sorry. I had clicked forward
She can go
before
first.
attack was done.
Okay.
But yeah, you
Myrna,
guys are
you
both
go
in the same initiative. So whoever's ready. Myrna, Avi.
Go ahead, Avi.
Avi, you can see this happening up above you in the on that catwalk.
Yeah, I'm gonna the one that's almost dead. I think the one that's directly engaged with Ismark. I'm just gonna 3 bolts of Scorching Ray to it.
Okay. It's looking pretty weak.
Maybe I'll do. I don't know. I'll do 2 and 1. 2 to 1. 2 to the one, and then 1 to the other.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Miss.
16.
Hit.
And that's both of those to the one.
Okay.
And then 23 to the other.
Yep, the last two hit. First one catches the post that is creating the railing, kind of blasted out of the way, making room for your second and third one to come up there and make contact.
9 to the first one. And then 3 to the second one.
Yeah, that first one just, all these vines just slump off. And it falls, now this big pile of vines at the bottom, at the feet of Ismark. Anything else, Avi?
No, I'm good.
All right. Myrna.
Okay. First thing I would like to do is I'd like to heft my warhammer, and this like glowing light comes over it, and I am casting magic weapon on my warhammer as my bonus action. And then I would also like to flip my concentration token so that I remember I'm concentrating on a spell.
You are,
I want-
your feet are engulfed in fire at this moment,
Yes.
just as a reminder.
Yes. Can I move out of the fire?
Yes,
Like, is
of
that
course.
next block? Okay. Then
Yes.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
And this person is above me?
No, that he's like you're right in front of him.
Oh, well, then in that case, I'm just going to
Smash his
smack him.
face.
Why
Yeah.
not? Okay. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You see that this one has some like pieces of bark that have grown onto his leather armor. But yeah, it still hits.
That's fine. I mean, they do their own thing. That's fine. Right, so 1, 8 plus 9, 10. That'll be 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Yeah, it takes a big chunk of that bark armor, just starts to crackle and fall away, and you can see him like starting to crawl back, seeing the size of your warhammer. Anything else, Myrna?
No, that'll be it for me.
All right, Bull, right behind Myrna, there is a kind of a spot of fire, in front of you.
Seeing Myrna strike this thing, he's going to go ahead and toll the dead himself. So that'll be a wisdom save of 14.
Ooh, wisdom.
Yes.
It's a 13. Got him.
Cool.
They're fairly
so
wise, but not
D12.
wise. Toll.
Not
that
quite
dead.
wise enough. Oh, poop. Oh, that's only 4 damage of
Oh,
necrotic damage.
I mean, it hurt his feelings.
Well, I feel like you should be able to add your spell modifier to that. No? Come on.
Did you get double? You roll both dice?
Yeah, it should be because you're
It's a cantrip.
Past
so
level
it
5, yeah.
upgraded it. Fifth
Oh,
level,
yes,
two
I am.
dice.
5.
Roll?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, that's an 8. So what did I say before?
so another 8 points. I
12.
already, yeah, I minus the
Already
first
12.
one. Another 8.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah, that's better. That's better sounding. Is that it, Bull?
How's it looking? How are they looking?
They look rough.
Okay, so, man, I think you got this, and he's going to ascend the spiral ramp. Those don't really look like stairs, but
Yeah, it's kind of like you can see a bunch of worn on the wearing on the path, like barrels would roll down here.
oh, I mean, is it gonna? Can he run up there, or is it like a difficult like?
No, you
terrain?
could. Yeah, no, it's not so steep that you couldn't run up it.
Okay, he's like, man, I think you got this, and then I'll just like, I'll start running up the stairs.
Okay. Sorry, I was getting map was throwing me off. Yeah, so you're able to then run up the stairs, and you see it just comes up to another hallway that opens up.
I mean, I think that'll be everything.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little bonus action. He'll do a healing word on Myrna.
Okay.
What does that look like? Sorry, I think that's just 1d4 plus whatever. Yes. That's 7 points of healing for Myrna.
Okay.
That is everything.
All right. Myrna, coming over the shoulders of this druid in front of you, you can see another druid flop down and kind of hit on those barrels. And now there's another one down below, standing on this cart that has 3 wine barrels loaded in it. And they are going to cast... Entangle. So I need you, Myrna, to give me a strength save. Let me make sure I'm reading that right. A creature within the area when you cast a spell must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Does it hit their other druid friend too?
He's casting it behind, so it's going to get that doorway and the all of that right there.
I tried, guys.
That'll be 16.
Yeah, you are not entangled. But there are like these vines starting to come up and grow all around you.
Yeah. Okay.
Ismark's turn. He's going to move forward. And he is going to... he's going to take 2 longsword attacks, double-handed. Both those hit, a natural 14 and a 12 with the modifier he gets there. Two-handed is a D10. That's going to be 2D10. Ooh, one of those is a 10 and a 6. That's 16. Doing math to myself, plus another 6. That is 24 points of damage on that viney dude.
Damn, Miss Mark.
Oh, that's a one-shot kill. Just cuts this in twain. Stole that from Billy Zed. He says twain a lot. Yeah, and he kind of looks over at you, Tack, like, got one. This one is going to 15, 20, move out here, and he is going to cast that fire spell again. Produce flame. Whoop-de-doo-dah day, because these are kind of low-level druids. Nope, that's a natural 1. You're good, Myrna. Tack, we are back to you.
Well, I'm pretty sure all the action is downstairs at this juncture.
Yeah,
but-
you heard some stuff going off. You heard that thump and a grunt behind you.
Oops, I'm on. I'm gonna move to up here.
Okay. Yeah, this opens up into there's a big crane here that seemingly lowers some wine barrels down as well. And then
Can I
there's
see this dude here?
yeah, you can see that dude right below you. Yep.
Oh yeah, he's getting it.
Dome him.
And that one hasn't been. I don't know.
He
so
is. Yeah.
I
you
will
wouldn't know.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That is a 12 and a 20.
20 hits. As you can see, he's got like bark shoulder pads and kind of armor. He casts
Okay.
bark skin.
That is 6 points of force damage.
Okay.
And I will actually summon Dr. Fred down there.
Okay.
Probably need to delete my other. And it is also going to. Oh, I probably can't put it
Where do you want it?
there. I'll put it right there on top of the cart.
Yeah, that's
Probably based on where I'm standing, about where I could see. So, and he will slap at that individual.
Okay.
And that is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay.
Again, the brunt of that
Barky
slap
skin.
is taken on by the bark skin. Avi?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear all this happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. I can make it to the door.
Okay.
I guess action to open it.
It's free action to interact with an object, I'd say.
Okay.
You can get it open.
Yeah. Then I'll just go ahead and shit.
And you can
third
see-
level.
Yeah, you can see that
scorching
druid
ray
on
the
him.
barrel.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. So I think that's 4 rays
Ooh.
that come out. 17,
Hit.
8,
Nope.
11,
Nope.
and 18.
2 hits. Me hitting
so
you.
it's 7 for the first hit, and then 7 for the second.
So 14 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, kind of as he's trying to fight off this tentacle that's in front of him, you see just chunks of that bark skin is falling off. Myrna, you see some scorching rays coming out. Pew, pew, pew. You know Avi's near. And
Yes.
you are not restrained, so.
All right. The druid that is directly ahead of me, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on
Okay.
that particular druid. So wisdom saving throw, please.
That's an 11 plus 2, 13.
That fails.
Okay.
So that is a d12.
Ooh,
2d12.
2d12.
So
Should be enough.
that's another 12 points
Yeah. He
of necrotic damage. for
he's
him.
kind of backing down the stairs and just holds his head and trips and falls off, hitting the ground behind him. Anything else, Myrna?
I'm still concentrating on the other thing. So no, I'm good for now.
Okay, Bolt, you're up at the top. You see Tack in front of you come out, and he was doing some.
Yeah,
Some
as
stuff.
soon as I saw Tack firing down, so Bull would run up there, look over the edge, see somebody directly below.
Yep, you can see him.
And I've got a question for you, because this will probably determine things moving forward. I want to Misty Step down there with
Okay.
my rapier, and would it... If I Misty Step right next to them and like the rapier out, would the rapier be inside of them? Or would this be an attack roll?
Let's,
What's advantage?
so the bonus action to Misty Step, is it a bonus action? Is this a
Yeah,
Right.
it's a bonus action,
Okay.
30 feet.
So I think you could use your action to then attack it. I don't know mechanically about having you Misty Step and manifest the sword within them. I think if you pair that with an action, then we can like rule of cool flavor do it. But I'm hesitant to say it happens just by
Yeah.
Misty
Okay,
Stepping.
okay.
How's that work?
Just double checking. Yeah. All right, I will roll for an attack.
But yeah, you down there, you're next to Dr. Fred.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. No. All right. Well, that hit the floor. I missed my box that I was rolling into.
House rule says it doesn't count.
Can I count it? All right, rerolling. Oh, I really wish I could have counted it. All right, so that is a 4 total for piercing damage.
Yeah, he's still standing barely, looking real rough. It's his turn. They are going to two-handed just kind of try to thump you on the head there, Bull. That's a 19 to hit. It's kind of like, and 7 points of bludgeoning.
Nah. He's gonna
Uh-oh.
take
What is this?
0 points of damage as Dr. Fred intertwines and involves himself.
Dr.
In the way
Fred!
there.
Everybody needs a
So-
doctor. Like, Dr. Fred.
Guardian Coil.
Okay.
Tentacle of the Deep can defend me and others, interposing itself between them and harm. When a creature, myself or a creature I can see, takes damage while within 10 feet of the tentacle, I can burn a reaction, reduce the damage by a D8, which I reduced it by 7 points on my roll. So
Nice.
Zero
That's pretty
damage.
sweet. So as this druid is like double handing, gonna kind of thump down on your head, as soon as the staff like gets right to your forehead, you just see this and it just like pulls it back away from you, and it's like kind of stuck there. You know, his force versus Dr. Fred's force is keeping it from hitting you in the head.
Is that the staff?
That is the staff. Sorry, I should have been more descriptive there, but that is the staff. Ismark's turn. He's in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets up to the step. Attack. Finish him.
Dr. Fred's going to try and slap him. First and
Yeah.
foremost. And Dr. Fred does not. He is too busy wiggling on that staff.
Yeah, he's still kind of like
A
holding.
10 won't hit, so we will we'll Eldritch Blast. I think of my spells. That's the best likelihood of
He's looking.
making the
real
grade.
weak.
Is a 16 and a 20.
Ooh, both those hit.
That is 7 points of damage.
Yeah, that's enough to drop his ass. Yeah, you're able to just kind of, as he's like trying to get his staff away from your tentacle, you just come in and dome him right on the top with this Eldritch Blast, flopping him down on these barrels.
How far down is that?
It's 10 feet. I was given.
I'll jump down.
Yeah, you can jump down for free. I mean, it's 10 feet all the way down, but then onto the barrels, it's 5.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Kind of
hop
put in
down
half.
then.
Yeah, so it's not a big jump. That gets us out of combat, and I think that's going to end session 21. We're off to see the wizard. It's getting late for some of us. I wanted to make sure that we kind of got through the combat here. Somebody going to say something before I cut him off? No. Okay. Hey, thank you everybody that showed up tonight. Thank you for the raid. So many games. Thank you for the re-roll in there, Cranky. We appreciate it always. Thank you everybody listening and watching in YouTube and podcast. If you are on YouTube and podcast, make sure you hit that follow, or come follow us on Twitch. We'd love to see you live. We are back. We got a little time off. We got some changing in the lineup here. We got Wild Mount wrapped up. Off week for Star Wars.
We're back with Star Wars.
But I think Star Wars
Monday.
is, not this Monday, but next Monday after, the Thanksgiving holiday break. So with that being said, hey, have a good break. Take care of yourself.
We're going to raid a friend.
We're going to raid a friend.
Molly Can has. We're going to return the favor.
Molly Can has.
They're playing Sims 4, but they're doing a challenge where they're trying to make 100 babies. It's really interesting. It's in The Sims.
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
Is it okay if we join in on that? As viewers only, voyeurs. But so thank you, everybody.
Channel points, you can name the babies.
Oh.
We already
Oh
have
yeah, that's fun.
This
blah, blah,
is a curveball in our Hey. Well, with that said, thank you everybody. We appreciate
Did we
you.
use that reroll from Cranky?
We did not. We'll hang on to it. We'll hang on to that reroll for next time. Somebody let me know. Remind me. But we'll see you all later.